Hi again. Um, Obviously, it's been a long time since I've posted anything on the Mr. Midwife site, and with good reason. There have been just a lot of things that have gone on the past few months that never in a million years would I have ever thought any of this was going to happen, but it did. Um, let's start with the easy one. My position at St. Joseph's Hospital in Tacoma. I reached a point where I loved so much the people, the women, the amazing moms and women, and just awesome, awesome clients that I had. And I loved them, and I still talk with them, a lot of them, and it crushed me to have to leave them. However, the job itself, I got to the point where I was getting sick every day on my way to work because my idea of midwifery care and what that looks like and the company's idea are, I mean, could not be further apart. And every day it seemed like I was getting called into someone's office and getting yelled at for something. And usually it wasn't what you'd think. It's getting yelled at for spending too much time in a room with a patient, or gosh, you gave this patient your cell phone number and that's just not okay here. Or, you came in special and delivered this patient even when it wasn't your call day, and now we're mad at you. And it was just one little thing after another, after another, after another. I got to the point where I just couldn't stand being there. And honestly, they got to the point where they just couldn't stand me being there because there is their way of doing midwifery, and then there's my way, and I am not going to change the way I do things. And I think they knew that. And it finally all came to a head at late February, and I had already been talking with another company about moving to a different job, and they called me and said, "We don't think you're a good fit for our team after a year and almost a year and a half." And I walked out of there thinking, well, you saved me you saved me the pain of having to quit, because that was going to happen one way or the other. So anyway, I end up, leaving my position at St. Joe's, and it just, like I said, crushed me to have to leave the clients, leave the company, not so much. And I was almost done with credentialing, getting ready to start a new job at actually a military hospital, delivering babies there. And out of the blue, I get an offer to be the medical provider for a women's substance abuse, substance dependence rehab facility, and to blend the two things that I think I do well, psychiatry and women's health. And honestly, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't, include this part. They financially made me an offer that I would have been crazy to say no to. They made me an offer. I said no. They made another offer. I said no. Finally, they came back with a third offer, and it was one of those things you just can't possibly say no to. And so now that's what I'm doing. I'm running a substance abuse, substance dependence rehab facility as the medical provider, anyway. And I do that from home at this point. I am in my home office right now, and this is where I see patients all day, every day right now. I love the fact that I don't have a commute. I love the fact that I literally walk 3 feet from my bed to my office and start seeing patients. I have not worn a mask in a very long time, which is nice. I haven't actually had to wear pants in a very long time, which is also really nice. I typically will wear a button-up shirt and swim trunks or gym shorts or sweatpants or whatever's comfortable, because nobody sees me from here down. I am going to be flying out to Spokane every now and again and doing some patient visits live, particularly some of the procedures that need to be done, IUD inserts, that sort of thing. Um, Obviously, you can't do those over a video screen. But here's kind of what I envision, where I see this going. I don't think I can ever really work in a hospital system again. I just, I can't be put in that box, I don't think, and still do what I do well. Um, I am much better when I don't have restrictions on my practice that way. Because here's honestly what you can expect if you're a midwifery client of mine. I'm going to give you my cell phone number. I will more than likely come over to your house every once in a while to check up on you, assuming that that's okay with you. I will come in on my day off and deliver you, or at least catch your baby. Really, you do the delivering. I got the easy part. But I don't stick to a call schedule. I don't stick to appointment times. So, my future clientele in terms of midwifery and women's health, it's probably going to be a lot smaller patient population, because I like longer appointment times. And I like to address all of your issues until we're done. And if that's 10 minutes, awesome. If that's 2 hours, fine. But I want to make sure that when you come and see me, you get everything you need taken care of. It's bad for me, I know. I'm in the process of kind of setting up, the early stages of opening, private practice. I haven't really decided how that's going to look yet. What I'm thinking, and maybe you can tell me what you think. What I'm thinking is a combination of maybe an office space where people can come and see me, but also I'd like to do a lot of like concierge type women's health. Here's the twist on it, though. When you think concierge women's health, you think, okay, maybe the uber rich people, they can have their own, OB guy that shows up and takes care of, their needs, and because they're too good to go to a clinic or hospital. And I'm really aiming for the exact opposite of that. I'm thinking the person who's terrified of coming to a hospital or to a clinic, who would be willing to be seen in their home, obviously with, other people home, because, well, I'm a dude. But here's the other thing, the other population that I'm thinking of specifically is the busy military mom who has got, babysitting issues and busy and can't drop what they're doing, find someone to watch the kids so they can drive all the way to Tacoma to come and get their annual exam done. What if you could say, you know what? I've got a midwife that I know and I trust, and he can come over to my house on my time, because most of this would be done, outside of normal working hours, because I still have responsibilities at the facility. But how convenient would that be for somebody to say, you know what? Once the kids go down at 7, why don't you come over and we'll take care of all of my needs here. We'll do any exam need to be done. I can write you any prescriptions need to be done, and you don't have to leave your house. And I would love doing that, because then you're actually filling a need, right? You're actually taking care of a population that tends to get overlooked, and honestly tends to get subpar care. We would get a lot of people at our office in Tacoma who would be coming from the base saying, you know what, the hospital is horrible. I don't want to go back. Please tell me you can do better. And I'm thinking, you know what, we can do a step better than what we've been doing by saying, you know what, you're busy. I'll come to you. And I'm not in a hurry when I do that. And, we can take care of everything you need. You don't have to leave the house. I would love, for example, to, do not just, annuals and IUDs and all that other fun stuff. Um, but my gosh, postpartum visits. How great would that be to have your midwife just come over and check on you? Maybe we're doing home births by then, maybe not. I'd love to eventually in the future. But instead of, oh my gosh, let me get the baby all bundled up and get in the car, and I'm already sore and tired and I don't feel good. And now let me drive all the way, into town to come to a 10-minute postpartum visit, because that's really how long they last. What if your midwife called on the way to your house and said, you know what? I'll be there, in a few minutes. I'm going to stop and get Starbucks, by the way. What do you want? And I'll bring coffee and donuts, and we'll talk for as long as we need to. We'll address your mental health stuff. We'll address any physical things going on, write any prescriptions that need to be done. And, oh, by the way, this is your midwife. You have my number if anything else comes up. You're not limited to, okay, here's your baby. You had your baby at the hospital. Have a nice life. We'll see you in 6 weeks. Call the nurse advice line if you need anything. That's crap. That is terrible postpartum care, and I refuse to be part of it anymore. So that's kind of where I see this whole thing going. I think we're still probably a ways off from being able to start, because I am learning so much about the private practice life, and insurance issues, and getting credentialed with TRICARE and Medicaid and Medicare and all of those things. That takes time. It takes a while, and honestly, it takes capital. And so we're kind of saving our pennies and getting everything together that we need to be doing. In the meantime, I think when we really are able to start seeing concierge type patients like that, we may be doing it pro bono for a while, which I am fine with. Midwifery it's in my blood. I can't not do it. And to me, it's what I would do if I were a billionaire and didn't need to work. I would still be a midwife because it's what I love. So anyway, that's where we are. I appreciate all of your patience. I know that I haven't posted anything for a while because honestly, I didn't really know where this was going. It turns out that it's just been blessing upon blessing, and we're in a good spot, and we're happy, and I think we'll be able to, in the end, be better and serve our clients a lot better than we did before. So I have no idea how to end this video. I'm rattling on. But thank you so very much for all of those who supported me and supported what I'm trying to do. And I love you, and God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back.